Now that you have named your test and assigned it to a course, it is time to construct your test. If your test is being created prior to the 2019-20 school year, your test may open up in Eduphoria Classic View. If so, click the Try Beta link in the upper right-hand corner. The test creation interface is divided into 3 sections. The bar across the top of the interface lets you select various views of the test and allows you to change the status of the test. In this module, we will be focused on the questions view. Below the bar is a long column called the Test Construction Panel. As you add questions to your test, this will populate with information that will allow you to track the standards tested, the complexity of the questions, based on Webb's Depth of Knowledge, or DOK, and the types of questions. Below the Test Construction Panel, you will find the general information about the test. This is the information you set up in Module 1, plus some extra options. In this panel, you can change the name of the test, subject, and test type. This is also where you can add more courses to the test if you plan on assessing TEKS in more than one course. You can also customize performance levels for this test. As you continue to scroll down, you will have the option of adding student instructions. These instructions will be available for students to read on both paper and online versions of the assessment. To delete an assessment, you can click the Delete option at the bottom of the panel. The large panel to the right is where you will be creating and formatting the test content. Most teachers will need extra space when constructing their test. You can collapse the navigation panel on the left by clicking on the arrow next to the Aware eyeball and above the Analyze tab. This will open and close the panel. The blue plus button is where you will add questions to your test. When you click the blue button, you are given a choice of New Item or to search the test bank. For this module, we will choose to search the test bank. This will bring up the list of TEKS that are associated with the course. You have to search for questions one standard at a time. Once you click on a standard, all of the question bank items associated with that standard will appear. You will see a toggle bar that lets you switch between resources and questions. We will cover resources more in depth later in the video. You will also see a filter and sort tool to the right of the questions. These tools will help you narrow down the search results by keyword, item bank, cognitive complexity, and language. As you look through the questions, you can select the ones you want to see on your test by clicking the checkbox next to them. Once you select your first item, a box will appear on the left-hand side of the work area showing the number of items you have selected to add to your test. When finished selecting items associated with that standard, click the Add to Test button. This will take you back to the test construction screen. You can add more questions or resources by clicking any of the blue circles with the plus symbol in them. The location of the plus determines where you want to add the questions. You can also change the order of the questions by clicking on the move symbol and dragging the question up or down the test. At this time, we will add a resource from the item bank. A resource is a passage, chart, graphic, diagram, or other resource that can be tied to more than one question. You have the filters to the right, just like with the questions. An added filter is for standards. This is because resources tend to cover many standards. To see a full resource and the questions associated with it, you must click the down arrow under the resource. You can then click on the items you want to add to the test. When finished selecting items, click the Add to Test button. When the resource and items are added, they will appear on your test. As you select questions and resources for your test, please keep in mind that you have the ability to edit any of the questions you add to the test. If you mostly like a question, but not in the exact form it is in, or if you like a graphic or image, add that question to your test and edit it later. Module 3 will focus on the editing of test items.